Hey everyone, Krista here. In this video, I'm going to go through absolutely everything within EPCOT, from attractions, restaurants, shops, shows, and more, as well as a few extra details that you may miss while you're there. Plus, you'll want to make sure to stick around to the end to get a few tips and tricks to get the most out of your day. So let's get into it. EPCOT, which is short for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, opened in 1982 and is the second of 4 theme parks that make up the Walt Disney World Resort. EPCOT was originally envisioned by Walt to be a real futuristic city.
We call it EPCOT, spelled E-P-C-O-T, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
However, it was deemed too expensive and elaborate, so it eventually evolved into the EPCOT theme park that we know today. EPCOT consists of 4 themed worlds: World Celebration, World Nature, World Discovery, and the World Showcase. When you first walk into the park, you'll begin your adventure in World Celebration. World Celebration serves as the park's entrance and is themed around new experiences that connect guests to the world around them. And you'll immediately see this awe-inspiring 18-story tall geodesic sphere that is home to the classic dark ride Spaceship Earth. But before you go, there are a few photo spots here in the area, including this tiny world magic shot, a super zoom shot, and there will also be other magic shots available in the area that change seasonally. To the right of Spaceship Earth is a character meet and greet spot where you can meet some Disney pals, including Minnie Mouse and Goofy just across the walkway. After Goofy, we're now ready to take our first ride, Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth is the flagship attraction of EPCOT and the signature symbol of the park. And it's one of my favorite rides in EPCOT, not only because it's nostalgic, but it's also where you can journey back into time through the dawn of man, starting from when we used to ride on cave walls, all the way to how ideas spread through the invention of the printing press. All of these great moments are brought vividly to life using elaborate sets and advanced audio animatronic figures during this inspirational 16-minute Omnimover style attraction. Spaceship Earth is narrated by Academy Award winner Judi Dench.
Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them.
Once you've returned to present day, you'll get a chance to design the kind of future that you want to live in, using the touch screen inside your vehicle.
Welcome to the future. Or should I say, your future.
You'll exit the ride into Project Tomorrow, inventing the wonders of the future. Here, you can build, create, complete, and play in a series of exhibits that bring innovative ideas and technologies to life. Some of the exhibits include assembling a digital human body using technology developed to perform remote surgeries, or you can hit the road in a driving simulation game that demonstrates accident avoidance systems, or learn how green energy can be generated from natural resources. You can even create a postcard from the video you created while riding through Spaceship Earth and email it to family and friends from the kiosk. Underneath Spaceship Earth are a couple of shops. On the left is Gateway Gifts. Here you can get everyday essentials, souvenirs, and features ear and hat embroidery. During the seasonal festivals, you can also get the scavenger hunt maps here as well. On the opposite side to the right is Pin Traders and Camera Center. Here is where the Disney PhotoPass services is located, and you can also browse through a wide variety of Disney pins. For first-timers, Disney pin trading is a fun tradition throughout Disney. Pin enthusiasts can buy pins from select shops and trade them with other guests or cast members who have either a trading board or have a lanyard of pins that they're wearing. And if you have little ones, you can also get an EPCOT passport here to keep track of the countries as you visit around the World Showcase. Continuing to the left past Spaceship Earth, you'll come across Connections Cafe and Eatery. Connections Cafe is where you can enjoy some Starbucks coffee and Disney snacks and baked goods. Connections Eatery is a quick service restaurant that offers Italian, French, and Asian-inspired dishes. Just past Connections Cafe and Eatery is a breezeway where Club Cool is located. Club Cool is a fun shop that features Coca-Cola products and souvenirs. But the highlight is this free Coke bar where you can sample Coke products from around the world. And some flavors are better than others. Right next to Club Cool is the Creation Shop. And the Creation Shop is the flagship store of EPCOT. And here you can find the largest collection of Disney merchandise in the park. You'll also find the seasonal merchandise collections here as well. And if you're looking for anything in particular, then your best bet is to check the Creation Shop first. Behind the Creation Shop is a new area called World Celebration Gardens. This picturesque area just opened in December 2023, and here you can explore lush gardens while listening to the musical performances and delight in festival fun. At night, this area really comes alive with lights along the ground and Spaceship Earth illuminated in the background. It's really a sight to see. Next is a meet and greet spot where you can meet the charming and sweet Daisy Duck. And sometimes there's other characters that will make an appearance here in front of the Creation Shop, like Pluto. You'll also discover a statue of Walt Disney seated on the bench here at Dreamer's Point, overlooking the new garden area, enjoying the beauty of his realized dream. This statue is called Walt the Dreamer and is a reminder for us all to dream big. Continuing around the walkway over to the right is the last two attractions of World Celebration. First is Journey into the Imagination with Figment. But before you enter, keep an eye out in the grassy field across from Journey into the Imagination because you may just see Winnie the Pooh out catching butterflies. After saying hi to Pooh, you'll be ready to hang out with everyone's favorite purple dragon, Figment, at Journey into the Imagination. Journey into the Imagination is a slow, dark ride that features the mischievous Figment. On this ride, you'll ride through the Institute and meet the chairman, who sets out to prove how the five senses capture the imagination. But he's upstaged by the mischievous Figment. During the tour, you'll travel through a series of vivid, whimsical sensory labs and learn about all five senses as Figment turns the lab upside down and causes quite a stink in the smell lab. After your journey, the ride will exit into the Image Workshop. At Image Workshop, you can find the largest selection of Figment-themed toys and merchandise. Also in ImageWorks is the Figment Meet and Greet spot that just opened in 2023. And you gotta keep an eye on him because he can be quite a prankster. Joy from Inside Out is also just across the way, and she's always a delight to see. There's also an interactive play area here in the What If Labs, where the little ones can play with sensory activities and games that spark creativity. To the left of Journey into the Imagination is the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. But before you enter this attraction, make sure to take a moment to enjoy the famous jumping fountain and the reverse waterfall. At the Disney and Pixar Film Festival, you'll put on some 3D glasses and settle in for an 18-minute festival featuring 3 dazzling short films and some incredible in-theater effects. Here is also the only place in Epcot where you can meet the big cheese himself, Mickey Mouse, as well as the lovely Miss Minnie Mouse. Just a short walk away and on the other side of the lake is the Odyssey Building. And the Odyssey Building is still technically a part of World Celebration, and it was at one point a table service restaurant. But today it serves as a festival pavilion that changes seasonally with each festival. To the left of World Celebration is the World Discovery area of the park. World Discovery is themed around science, technology, and intergalactic adventure. To the far left is the first attraction, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Here is where you can team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy on an intergalactic race through space and time. Out front, you won't miss this life-size ship modeled after the Xandarian's Nova Corps Star Blaster ship. You'll begin by touring the Galaxarium that showcases the similarities and differences between Xandar and Earth's galaxies. Just as you're about to finish the tour, you'll be called into action to help the Guardians of the Galaxy. This ride is a family thrill attraction and is one of the largest fully enclosed roller coasters in the world. Cosmic Rewind features reverse launches, 360-degree spinning ride trains, and a rockin' soundtrack where one of 6 songs are randomly selected for each ride. After saving the galaxy, you'll exit into the Treasures of Xandar gift shop. This shop is operated by the Xandarian merchant, the Broker, who has brought his famous store to EPCOT. In here, you'll find otherworldly items acquired from across the galaxy, as well as relics that celebrate Xandar's heroes, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Across from Cosmic Rewind is one of 4 Joffrey's coffee and tea shops in the park, with the other 3 being in the World Showcase area of the park. Joffrey's Coffee is the official specialty coffee of Disney, and they'll sometimes have special drinks that are themed after nearby attractions, like the Awesome Drink, which is a limited time drink themed after the Guardians of the Galaxy and was introduced in 2022, but still available at the park. You'll find Joffrey's kiosk all throughout each of the Disney parks. Near Joffrey's is where you can find the Jammers. The Jammers are a band of percussionists who will perform some beats for the crowd. After enjoying the Jammers, we'll next head across the way to our next attraction, Mission Space. Here, you can blast off on a thrilling simulated NASA-style mission to Mars, or orbit Earth on a more gentle ride through space. Journey to Mars is the more intense Orange mission, which uses a centrifuge that spins and tilts to simulate the speed and G-forces of a spacecraft launch and re-entry, which gives you a more intense experience. I do have to warn you though, if you do get motion sickness, there is a good chance that you'll experience it on the Orange mission. If you do want something a little less intense, but still exhilarating, you'll want to take the Green mission. The Green mission is where you can take flight on a family-friendly adventure on an orbit around the Earth. The Green mission offers a gentler, more family-friendly adventure for space explorers, which is what we're featuring here. The gift shop for Mission Space is Mission Space Cargo Bay. This shop offers Star Wars and space-themed souvenirs like freeze-dried astronaut ice cream and NASA gear. Also here is the Advanced Training Lab, which is a high-tech play area featuring space-themed games and activities for all ages. Here, kids can virtually fly to Mars on a jetpack, crawl through wormholes, and race other players to send a rocket into space. Next to Mission Space is one of the coolest restaurants that you'll ever experience, Space 220. Space 220 is one of Disney's signature table service restaurants, and you'll start your journey by boarding a special space elevator that will ascend 220 miles up to space.
Enjoy the ride. If you look above, you'll see Centauri Space Station coming into view. Once we dock, gather your belongings and exit through the open airlock. A Space 220 agent will be waiting for you.
Here, you can dine on space-themed foods while enjoying aerial views of the Earth. Space 220 has one of the best themings and atmosphere of any restaurant and is a must-try restaurant in my opinion. Reservations can be hard to get, however, they do offer walk-ups for the lounge where you can enjoy the same views while snacking on some light bites and specialty cocktails. Once you return to Earth, you'll make your way over to our next attraction, Test Track. Test Track is a thrill ride where guests will design a virtual concept car and put it to the test on this thrilling, high-octane attraction. In the ride queue, you'll take a tour through the Chevrolet Design Studios where you can see some really cool futuristic car models and design concepts. When you get to the end of the queue, you'll get a chance to design a car of your own. When you're done designing your car, you'll get to take it on a test drive as you buckle up in a 6-passenger sim car and take it for an exhilarating spin on a test track. Rev through tough terrain and obstacles along the winding circuit. Accelerate through straightaways, maneuver switchbacks through inclement weather, hug curves banked at 50-degree angles, and scale hills up to 3 stories high. Reach speeds of up to 65 miles per hour as you put your car through its paces. After each test, check the scoreboard to see how your vehicle performed. After you finish testing your design, you can scan your Magic Banner Park Pass to see how your car performed against other guest cars throughout the day, as well as race your car against others on this mini racetrack. Then head into Chevy's showroom where you can check out the newest car models from Chevy, as well as take a few shots with different Chevy car models against unique backgrounds. Once you're done, you'll finish your ride experience in this emporium that is filled with Chevy merch as well as classic Disney merch like items featuring characters from the movie Cars. Just outside the test track is the refreshment station. Here, you can cool down with a slushie or other refreshments at this relaxing rest spot. The final attraction in World Discovery is the Play Zone. This is a playground made just for the little ones. After you finish all of your car and space adventures, we'll head over to the other side of World Celebration, where World Nature is located. World Nature is dedicated to understanding and preserving the beauty of the natural world in both land and sea. The newest attraction is Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. But before heading in, don't forget to take a moment to say hello to Moana in person just left of the entrance to Journey of Water. She meets here several times throughout the day, so make sure to check the app for showtimes. The Journey of Water is a self-guided walkthrough trail where you can interact with water while learning about the water cycle and its importance of protecting this precious natural resource. You'll walk through 9 different immersive sections. In the rain area, you can touch the water streams to play music. In the stream section, you'll wave your arms to move the water. Next, you'll watch the water jump along in the wetlands. Then you'll use your hands to raise the water in the springs. After that, you'll walk through a waterfall as it opens up for you in the land section. Then stand in awe of Tafiti in the lake section. She stands over 15 feet tall and is made of over 3,000 pieces of foliage. Just past Tafiti, you'll watch the water jump along the river. Then after that, you can work with other guests to create a massive wave in the ocean section. This section also has a little splash pad play area for the little ones. Then finally, feel what it's like to be in a cloud of mist in the sky section. While you walk through this exhibit, you'll want to keep an eye out for the several Moana-themed sculptures in the rocks, and count how many you can find. And if you're here in the evening, the Journey of Water transforms into a beautiful, colorful experience. After exploring the journey of water, the next area that you'll come across is the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Nemo and Friends is a slow, dark ride where you'll board a clammobile and descend slowly below the waves, where Nemo's friends flit through brightly colored coral reefs and gently swaying anemones. Dodge a stinging jellyfish, underwater mines, a toothy anglerfish, and an even toothier Bruce the shark. Catch a ride on the East Australian current with Crush the sea turtle and his little dude Squirt. Once your underwater adventure ends, encounter an ocean full of fun in the Seas with Nemo and Friends at the sea base. Here, you can explore the magic and mystery of life under the sea in this massive aquarium. There are several exhibits to explore here. On the first level is Bruce's Shark World, which is an interactive play area where you can pose for a photo inside the toothy grin of Bruce the shark, as well as test your undersea expertise with quizzes from Nemo's teacher, Mr. Ray. There's also a manatee rehabilitation center where you can see injured manatees who have been rescued and rehabilitated. Ocean Life is an area where you can see coral reefs as well as a dazzling variety of fish and animals that call the reefs their home. While you're here on the first floor, grab a free Finding Dory's Friends scavenger hunt map. Here is a self-guided scavenger hunt where you can search the sea base to find all of Dory's friends. On the second level, you can visit the observation deck, which is a circular, window-lined room in the middle of the aquarium, and find yourself almost completely surrounded by marine life. In here, you can spot dolphins, sea turtles, stingrays, and a ton of different fish. There's also a couple of add-on experiences that you can purchase that include Dolphins in Depth, where you'll get up close and learn about the dolphins, as well as Dive Quest, where certified scuba divers can swim with the animals inside the aquarium. Before you leave, don't forget to take the kids to say hello to Crush at Turtle Talk with Crush. Here, you and the kids can take a seat at Turtle Talk Theater and watch as the turtle from Finding Nemo swims up close and communicate directly to you as you ask him anything you want, from his favorite foods to what his life is like in the Australian current. The show is improvised, so it's different every single time you go, and it's an ocean full of laughs for every age.
Lucas, sweet. We sea turtles do not breathe from our butts. It might be a land turtle that does. So if I think about it, I guess I could exhale.
You'll leave the sea base through the sea base gift shop. And here you can find a large selection of Nemo and Friends and other aquatic-themed toys and merchandise. Just outside of the sea base aquarium is the entrance to the Coral Reef Restaurant. This is a table service restaurant that offers a seafood-inspired menu with spectacular views of a living coral reef, as well as more than 2,000 sea creatures who call it home. After spending time under the sea, we'll next head over to the land. The Land Pavilion is dedicated to human interactions with Earth, focusing on agriculture, conservation, and travel. You'll enter the pavilion on the second floor, and the first attraction that you'll come across is Awesome Planet. This is a 10-minute film that uses in-theater effects including wind, scents, and water to tell the story of our planet and why it's vitally important to take care of it. Also on the second floor is the Chippendale Harvest Feast at Garden Grill Restaurant. The Garden Grill is another table service restaurant that offers character dining. The menu here is family style, or you'll pay one flat fee for an all-you-can-enjoy harvest feast. While you eat, Chip, Dale, and other Disney pals will come around for photos. The restaurant also slowly rotates for an ever-changing view, including views of Living with the Land, the boat ride. If you head down the stairs, there's a quick service restaurant called Sunshine Seasons. Here you can get delicious wood-grilled entrees and plant-based cuisines. Next to Sunshine Seasons is Living with the Land. Living with the Land is where you'll get to see firsthand how Walt Disney World horticulturalists are using innovative growing techniques and cross-breeding high-yield crops to help feed a growing planet. Here, you can discover a variety of fruits and veggies from all over the world. You'll also get a glimpse of hybrid striped bass, tilapia, catfish, and freshwater shrimp from their fish farm. Both Sunshine Gardens and the Garden Grill serve fresh produce and seafood that are grown right here. And if you're here during the Christmas season, they even have a beautiful Christmas light display throughout the greenhouse. If you'd like to learn more about Living with the Land, they also offer an add-on tour called Behind the Seeds for $35 per person. This 1-hour tour will take you behind the scenes to tour the fish farm and 4 greenhouses where you can learn about the latest plant growing techniques in hydroponics. The final attraction in the land is Soarin', and this ride is a glider simulator that uses a 180-degree, 80-foot IMAX dome. This experience offers majestic views of wonders across the world. You'll glide by the majestic Swiss Alps and the polar bears in icy Greenland. Then swoop past sailboats on Australia's iconic Sydney Harbour. Next, you'll weave between elephants marching towards Mount Kilimanjaro. Glide above marvels like the Great Wall of China, the Great Pyramids of Egypt, and Taj Mahal in India. Then cruise over Monument Valley, Fiji's Lau Island, and thundering Iguazu Falls in South America. Look down on the Eiffel Tower as it sparkles like a jewel in the night, surrounded by the lights of Paris. And finally, a dazzling firework finale above EPCOT. After enjoying the wonders of nature, we'll head over to our last area of EPCOT, the World Showcase. Centered around the World Showcase Lagoon is a 1.2-mile loop where 11 country-themed pavilions are located. At each pavilion, you can dine on cuisine native to each country, as well as shop and learn about different cultures from around the world. When you first walk in, you'll enter the Port of Entry area. The Port of Entry area serves as the entrance portal to the World Showcase, and there are a few shops and attractions here to get you started. If you go to the left when you first walk in, you'll see another meet and greet gazebo where you can meet Asha from the movie Wish. Just across from Asha and near the waterfront are a couple of identical looking shops, Disney Traders and the Port of Entry shop. Disney Traders is where you'll find a large collection of Disney Wish merch, including figurines, dresses, plushies, ears, and more. The Port of Entry shop is themed as an old-timey customs house for those that are about to travel around the world. This shop features a variety of items, including both Disney and non-Disney items for the home, and a new Pandora jewelry section. Between the two gift shops is the World Showcase Plaza, where you can find festival shows that change seasonally. There's also a couple of quick service options to get you started on your world travels. If you need a little caffeine fix before starting your travels around the world, there is another Joffrey's Coffee located just across from Asha's meet and greet area. And heading clockwise towards the Canada Pavilion is the Refreshment Port, where you can try some traditional or specialty poutine. And while you're in the area, right next to the Refreshment Port is the Critter Crossing area, where you and the kids can search through the area to see how many different animal prints you can find. Next to the Refreshment Port is the Swirled Showcase, which is new for 2023. Here, you can try some new ice cream and drink flavors with every seasonal festival, like this Mickey-shaped Nitro Cake Pop that we were able to pick up during the Festival of the Holidays. Also, before I go further, I should point out that along the waterfront is a Friendship Boat water taxi. This boat travels between Canada and across the lagoon to the Morocco Pavilion. The boats typically run every 15 minutes and are free to use. They don't save you a lot of time, but are a great use when your legs are tired at the end of a long day. Traveling counterclockwise around the lagoon, the first country that you'll come across is Canada. At the Canada Pavilion, the first thing that you'll notice is the Victorian-style Chateau du Canada that's modeled after the Chateau Laurier, which is a hotel in Ottawa. There are two distinct styles of architecture showcased in this pavilion. Eastern Canada, which is represented by the brick structures, while the western side of Canada is represented by the wooden structures and the totem poles, one of which was made by Alaskan artist David Boxley. There is also a beautiful Victorian garden here, which is inspired by the Bouchard Gardens of British Columbia. As you walk further towards the back of the pavilion, you'll be able to see a Rocky Mountain waterfall representing the Salmon Falls in New Brunswick. While you're back here, you can't miss seeing Canada far and wide in Circle Vision 360. During this 12-minute presentation, you'll get to take a breathtaking look at the beautiful lands of the Great White North. This film was recently updated in 2020 and is narrated by Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy. At the end of the show is the first KidCot Fun Spot station that you'll come across. Each country pavilion has a KidCot card that you can collect with facts and activities featuring the culture and tradition of each country. And they give you this little Ziploc suitcase to hold all of your cards. Plus, if you bought an EPCOT passport, here is where you can collect your stamp and each cultural representative will write a little welcome message in their language. Canada also has a very popular table service restaurant called Le Cellier Steakhouse. Le Cellier is one of Disney's signature fine dining restaurants. At Le Cellier, you'll descend into a cozy cellar of a Canadian chateau for exquisite steaks and seafood specialties. If you're looking for a great steak restaurant on property, this is a great choice. There are two shops available in Canada, the Trading Post and the Northwest Mercantile. At the Trading Post, you can browse through some special Canada-themed merchandise and pick up some Canadian maple syrup. At the time of filming, the Northwest Mercantile was closed, but this also holds some additional Canadian-themed clothing and food items. In addition to the stores, there's also some outdoor kiosks where you can get some Canadian-themed merch. Right next to the kiosk is a popcorn cart where you can fill up your popcorn bucket with some delicious maple popcorn. Also, the third of the 4 Joffrey's Coffee locations can be found here nearby as well. Once you have your maple popcorn and Joffrey's Coffee, you can take a seat to relax and enjoy the live entertainment at the Mill Stage, which usually features various renowned Canadian bands all year round. After passing through Canada, the next country that you'll walk into is the United Kingdom. At the United Kingdom Pavilion, you'll see buildings that represent all kinds of architectural styles ranging from a replica of Hampton Court to a thatch-roofed English cottage. There's also a beautiful gardens area in the back of the pavilion, as well as some iconic red phone booths. As you walk into the UK Pavilion, you'll come to see the Rose and Crown to your left, which has both a family-friendly British pub featuring traditional favorites as well as a sit-down table service restaurant where you can enjoy a number of different British dishes including fish and chips and bangers and mash. A live musician will also occasionally perform some pub hits. If you want something quick, you can grab some delicious beer-battered fish and chips at the Yorkshire County Fish Shop quick service kiosk. Oh, and keep an eye out for the birds because they will steal your food and even your mayo packets if you're not looking. The rest of the UK Pavilion is a mix of historical locations mostly from 1949 Britain. If you look across the street from the Rose and Crown, you'll see a replica of Hampton Court. This building holds a few different shops that includes the Sportsman Shop and the Crown and Crest Historical Research Center. The Sportsman Shop features merch with iconic British things like the Underground Tube sign, Disney-themed London merch, items featuring the Rose and Crown, as well as the Beatles. If you head through the back of the Sportsman Shop, you'll walk into the Crown and Crest Historical Research Center, where you can look up your family's coat of arms and add your family coat to a variety of things like mugs, plaques, or have it framed. You can even find a collection of UK football clothing from various teams. In the very back of the store is the regular Crown and Crest shop, where you can buy some British snacks and sweets as well as Guinness merch. The next shop over is the Toy Soldier, and here you can find merchandise for Paddington as well as all sorts of adorable merch for Winnie the Pooh, like pillows, shirts, sweatshirts, stuffed animals, and more. The Toy Soldier is also the location for KidCot to pick up your card and get your passport stamped. If you walk further back into the pavilion, you'll be able to enjoy this beautiful little English garden, as well as find the entrance to the Winnie the Pooh meet and greet spot, where you can step inside Christopher Robin's room to meet the ever so adorable Winnie the Pooh. Just outside at the gazebo is where you can rock out to the Command Performance Band, who will play some classic British rock tunes. There are a few other shops to explore here in the UK Pavilion before you leave. The Lords and Ladies shop features health and beauty items like perfume, soaps, as well as a collection for Alice in Wonderland. Inside the Queen's Table, you'll find a variety of English housewares including teapots, saucers, cups, as well as books, music, and more. You will also find a nice selection of Danone fine bone china. If you're a fan of tea, don't forget to step inside the Tea Caddy shop, which is a really huge shop that features twinning tea and a number of British sweets and souvenirs. Before you leave the UK, don't forget to say hello to the adventurous Alice in Wonderland, whose meet and greet location can be found right at the front of the Tea Caddy shop at certain times throughout the day. After the UK Pavilion, you'll come across the International Gateway, which serves as the back entrance to the park. There's several transportation options here. You can ride the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios or one of the Skyliner resorts. You also have access to the friendship boats here that you can ride to Disney's Boardwalk, as well as the Yacht and Beach Club resorts and the Swan and Dolphin resorts. If you have some extra time, I highly recommend taking a short walk over to the Disney Boardwalk area, which is a beautiful area located just behind EPCOT. And this has a lot of fun shops, restaurants, and entertainment along the waterfront. While you're at the International Gateway, you can stop in the World Traveler, which is a small shop located just behind the entrance that features popular merchandise from across EPCOT. Also in this area, you can sometimes catch special characters like Chef Daisy, who we were able to see during the Food and Wine Festival. Once you've passed the International Gateway, you'll walk over the bridge and straight into France. As you enter the France Pavilion, you'll see the Eiffel Tower in the distance. There are 2 attractions here, as well as a ton of cute shops and dining options. France has always been one of the most popular pavilions in the park and is always really busy. This is because France has one of the most popular attractions in EPCOT, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is located in the very back of the pavilion. This area has been transformed into a fanciful version of Paris that feels like it's straight out of the animated film. On this 4D ride experience, you'll join Chef Remy on a daring culinary caper that will captivate all of your senses as you zip, dash and scurry through the bustling kitchen, dining room, and walls of Gaston's famous Paris restaurant. Just a short walk from Remy's is France's newest restaurant, La Crêperie de Paris. This restaurant offers both quick service and table service options. And this is where you can treat your senses to savory galettes and sweet crepes at the restaurant inspired by the Brittany region of France. While you're in France, don't miss your chance to grab a photo with a couple of famous Disney princesses during certain times throughout the day. Over at the gazebo on the walkway heading back towards Remy's is where you'll find Sleeping Beauty, who is dressed in her beautiful pink ball gown. Over on the waterfront is where you'll be able to find Belle in her signature blue and white village outfit. Also in France are a number of different shops like La Signature Boutique, which houses Guerlain, which is a luxury and cosmetics brand that has a rich history and commitment to excellence. Plus, if you purchase a bottle of perfume here, check with the sales attendant because twice a month they have a painter that comes through that will do a complimentary custom design on your bottle and make it incredibly unique. Plus, the bottles are refillable so you can keep your unique bottle and purchase a refill instead. L'Esprit de la Province features a collection of ratatouille as well as some French-themed Disney merch. Les Vins de France is a wine cellar with a wide variety of French wines where you can pick up a champagne flight or a glass of your favorite bubbly. Plume et Palette has designer French bags and fragrances like Dior. Plus, twice a month they have an engraver that comes in, so if you purchase a bottle of Dior while you're in the shop, they will create a complimentary custom design with your name on it like this. Souvenirs de France features a collection of Beauty and the Beast as well as merch from Disneyland Paris. Souvenirs de France is also the location where you can find the EPCOT station. In the very back of the Souvenirs de France shop is Les Halles Boulangerie Patisserie, which is a French bakery with fresh treats, sandwiches, pastries, and more. There's a number of other eateries in the France Pavilion, including L'Artisan de Glace, which is an ice cream and sorbet shop. Les Vins de Chef de France is where you can get a glass of wine or other specialty beverages to go, as well as a couple sit-down table service restaurants that include Chefs de France. Here, you can be transported to the heart of Paris in this charming cafe, with its high ceilings, intricate mosaic flooring, and expansive windows looking out into the promenade. This bright and airy restaurant features innovative French cuisine. There's also Monsieur Paul, which is one of Disney's high-end fine dining restaurants. And for $195 per person, you can enjoy an elegant 5-course meal. This is one of Disney's quieter restaurants, as only guests aged 10 and above are allowed to dine here. If you haven't gotten enough of the French Pavilion after all of that, then you'll have to head over to the Palais de Cinema to watch the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, where you'll get to see an 18-minute film where Belle and the Beast story unfolds before your eyes. Tap your toes and sing along to all the songs you know and love, like Be Our Guest and Gaston. Impressions of France is also here as well, which is an 18-minute film that showcases the grandeur, charm, and romance of one of Europe's most enchanting countries. After you've enjoyed the splendors of France, you'll walk into Morocco. The Morocco Pavilion is a beautiful pavilion full of wonderful colors, patterns, and design. During the creation of the Morocco Pavilion, it was important to the sponsors that the Moroccan customs were honored, so they made sure to bring all of their own artists to create the thousands of tiles and carvings that you see throughout the pavilion. The architecture in this pavilion starts at ancient history in the back of the pavilion to the more modern-day building styles at the front of the pavilion. There are no rides in this area, but there are a couple of really great shops and restaurants. Along the waterfront is the Spice Road Table, which is a table service restaurant that serves small Mediterranean plates. The Spice Road Table has plenty of symbolism within it. The blue paint on the building represents Morocco's coastal cities, and the chandeliers are all different to honor Morocco's diversity. Next to the Spice Road Table is the Souk Al Maghreb. This is a small market where you can find Moroccan souvenirs and Aladdin-themed merch. Right next to that is the Oasis Sweets and Sips Bakery. Here you can delight in delectable treats like pistachio baklava and almond crescent cookies, as well as exotic drinks. Across from the Spice Road Table is the Tangerine Cafe Flavors of Medina, which is a quick service restaurant featuring Mediterranean specialties, desserts, and some amazing authentic grilled kebabs that I highly recommend. The other table service restaurant in Morocco is the restaurant Marrakesh, which has been closed since 2020 and does not appear to be reopening anytime soon. While you're in the Morocco Pavilion, make sure to step into the Fez House. The Fez House is located on the left-hand side as you enter the pavilion past the archway. As you walk into the Fez House, you'll notice that the courtyard is decorated entirely of tiles. The upper floor is the homeowner's quarter, and the style of this home was developed in the 14th century. This house is inspired by traditional Moroccan homes built around a central courtyard. While you're in the Morocco Pavilion, don't miss your chance to meet Princess Jasmine that is located in the Lamps of Wonder, just a short walk from the Fez House. The Lamps of Wonder is a beautiful photo spot that is filled with all sorts of fun knickknacks and Easter eggs from the movie Aladdin. If you're looking for a place to get out of the sun, make sure to step into the Race Against the Sun Gallery. This is a small exhibit that highlights the Marathon des Sables and the Rally of the Gazelles, along with the history of Berbers, the ancient inhabitants of the Sahara. You will find immersive experiences, including a diorama of the Marathon of the Sands with race gear and trophies, plus a photo op of the Rally of the Gazelles, which is an off-road, all-woman desert rally. The exhibit also shows how the Berbers mastered living in the Sahara's formidable environment. If you walk out the back of the Race Against the Sun is where you'll find the EPCOT station for Morocco. And here is where they'll write your name in Arabic, which is written right to left, which is the opposite way of how we do it in English, as well as a little message that says, "Welcome to Morocco." I even learned a word in Arabic, which is marhaba, which means hello. At the very front of the pavilion is where you'll be able to enjoy and belly dance along with the Atlas Fusion Moroccan Band. Continuing around the World Showcase, the next country that we'll come across is Japan. As you enter the pavilion, you'll immediately notice this beautiful pagoda that towers overhead. Here is where you can catch the performances from the talented Matsuriza drummers several times throughout the day. In front of the Showcase Lagoon is the red Torii Gate that makes a perfect photo spot with Spaceship Earth in the background. Nearby are some peaceful gardens where you can see a collection of little bonsai trees. As you go further into the Japan Pavilion, you'll see another beautiful tranquil garden right behind the pagoda. Here you can enjoy the sounds of the streams and ponds with colorful koi fish. This is a great spot to hang out if you're looking for a quiet place to relax for a bit. The main shop here is the Mitsukoshi department store, which has a ton of interesting merchandise. The Mitsukoshi is a Japanese department store chain, and the EPCOT location is the only Mitsukoshi store in North America. And there's a ton to see in here. You can browse everything from anime merch, Japanese snacks, toys, chopsticks, bonsai trees, katana swords, and even some beautiful traditional kimonos and footwear. There's also a gallery showcase here at the Bijutsu-Con Gallery that is currently showcasing the culture of cute, which shows how it's common in Japanese culture to make even the most mundane things cute and adorable. Just outside the Culture of Cute Gallery is where you can find Japan's KidCot station, which is really fun because they'll write your name in Japanese and then stamp your passport. The Japan Pavilion has 3 table service restaurants and 2 quick service restaurants. The quick service restaurants include the Kabuki Cafe, which is a kiosk in front of the pavilion that serves sushi, sake, and other snacks. The Katsura Grill is located near the gardens and serves teriyaki, sushi, chicken cutlet curry, salads, and more. If you go up these steps, you'll find Teppanito and Shikisai. Teppanito is a table service restaurant that offers a hibachi-style dining experience where chefs cook your meal in front of you on a very large grill. To the right of Teppanito is Shikisai, Sushi Izakaya. This is a new sushi bar and grill that opened in late 2023. Here you can try a variety of mouth-watering izakaya-style delicacies. And if you're feeling adventurous, try the $300 sushi boat that feeds 4 to 6 people. Or if you have a smaller group, you can get the Hashi Bridge for $100 that serves 2 to 4. Finally, the last table service restaurant is Takumite. Takumite is another high-end fine dining signature Disney restaurant. Here you can choose between 2 menus, the plant-based course for $150 or the omnivorous course for $250 per person. After you leave Japan, the next pavilion that you'll encounter is the American Pavilion. The American Pavilion features a beautiful colonial-style building. Within the building is where you can experience the Voices of Liberty, as well as the American Adventure Show. The Voices of Liberty will perform at various times throughout the day in the domed rotunda. This rotunda is an acoustically perfect dome that amplifies and purifies their sound. So make sure to sit or stand as close to the rotunda circle as possible to get the full benefit of the astounding acoustics. Also in here is the American Heritage Gallery, where you can learn about the traditional Native American influences. Native communities from 7 geographic regions across the United States are included in this gallery. Their art represents the richness, depth, and diversity of Native cultures past and present. When it's time for the American Adventure Show, you'll be led into the theater. And this show is a dramatic production featuring 35 audio animatronic figures, digital rear projection images on a 72-foot screen, and stirring patriotic songs. You'll watch firsthand as America's story unfolds. Across from the American Adventure is the America Gardens Theater, which has a variety of shows that change seasonally with the festivals. If you're looking for a place to eat at the American Pavilion, there are a few quick service places to choose from. The Regal Eagle Smokehouse features mouth-watering barbecue that celebrates American backyard barbecue and craft beers. The Pitmaster uses techniques from classic barbecue regions to smoke their selections over oak wood. There's also the Funnel Cake Stand that serves some amazing funnel cake creations, as well as Fife and Drum Tavern, where you can pick up the famous turkey leg or a root beer float. If you want some caffeine, there's another Joffrey's Coffee and Tea location located here as well. There's only one shop at the American Pavilion, and that's the Art of Disney, where you'll be able to find limited edition prints, cells, figurines, and more from the much coveted Disney Classic Collection. Just outside of the Art of Disney is where you'll find the KidCot station to pick up your postcard and get your passport stamped. The Italian Pavilion is the next country that we'll come across, and I have to say this pavilion is beautiful. Along the waterfront, there's some gondolas and Venetian bridges. As you enter the pavilion, you'll immediately see an amazing replica of the Doge Palace, as well as a replica of the Campanile in St. Mark's Square in Venice. And towards the very back of the pavilion, you'll find a courtyard where you'll be able to see a statue of Poseidon, as well as a donkey cart kiosk that will have some treats for sale. At various times throughout the day, Sergio, the Italian mime and juggler, performs right here in front of the Doge Palace, so you'll have to make sure to catch him. He has a really entertaining performance that is very fun to see. There's no rides in the Italian Pavilion, but there are some amazing restaurants and shops. Il Bel Cristallo is where you can find Italian-themed merch, Disney-themed Italian merch, Italian handbags, perfumes, candles, and more. And in the very back is a tiny shop called La Gemma Elegante, where you can be the belle of the masquerade ball with a Venetian mask. Across the way is La Bottega Italiana. Here you can browse more Italian Disney merchandise, a limoncello collection, as well as a collection from the Italian car manufacturer Ferrari. There's also a small wine shop here that serves a wide variety of Italian wines. If you exit out of the back of the store, you'll see the KidCot station where you can collect your stamp and card. There are two sit-down table service restaurants in the Italy Pavilion. At the Tutto Italia Ristorante, you can enjoy traditional Italian favorites either on the outside patio or in the airy dining room amid murals of ancient Rome and sparkling chandeliers. Right next door is the Tutto Gusto wine cellar, where you can experience the flavors of Italy in this cozy wine bar. In the very back of the pavilion is Via Napoli Ristorante e Pizzeria. Here you can take a culinary tour of southern Italy at this family-friendly restaurant and pizzeria. Water for the dough is sourced from a spring very similar to Italy's Campania region. Pizzas are then cooked in wood-burning ovens named after three active volcanoes in Italy: Mount Etna, Mount Vesuvius, and Stromboli. There's also a to-go pizza window here right next door called Pizza al Taglio, but keep in mind that this is not run by the same company, so don't expect the same pizza that you'll get at Via Napoli. If there's something sweet that you're after, then you'll want to stop by the Gelateria Toscana, where you can treat yourself to authentic old world gelato or sorbet. As you make your way towards Germany, our next country, you'll come across this awesome miniature train village. It was meant to only be here for the Flower and Garden Show several years ago, but was kept because of its popularity. And they even change it out with little flags to match whichever festival is currently going on. As you enter the Germany Pavilion, you'll notice the Bavarian-style building with the medieval castle in the background. While there's no rides in the Germany Pavilion, there are plenty of quaint shops and a really fun table service restaurant. Across from the miniature train village is an outdoor kiosk called Glaskunst, which sells Erebus glassware. And here you can make your own glass artwork. You can create anything from magnets, picture frames, night lights, ornaments, and other trinkets. Near the front of the pavilion is a wishing well, which is a meet and greet spot where you can sometimes find Snow White. The first shop that you'll come across on the left-hand side of the pavilion is Caramel Couche, which translates to caramel cake. This shop is sponsored by Werther's Original and features all sorts of caramel treats. You'll find everything from fresh caramel apples, strawberries, marshmallows, and of course their famous caramel popcorn that they make fresh every day in front of guests. It does come in a toteable bag that you'll be able to tuck away for later, or if you want to bring some home for friends and family, if it makes it that far. Right next door is Die Weihnachtsecke, which translates to the Christmas corner. As you could probably guess, this is a Christmas shop where you can feel the charm of an old world German Christmas all year round, with items like wooden nutcrackers, glass ornaments, and collectibles. Right next door is the Steinhaus, which has a variety of authentic Oktoberfest German beer steins all year round. At the wine cellar, you can step into an old world cellar stocked with over 250 German wines and a selection of German beers. And Kunstarbeit and Kristall is where you can find crystal glass figurines and jewelry, including this awesome spaceship Earth, which is encrusted with over 122,000 hand-set crystals and took over 459 hours to complete and cost $79,000. Next door is Volkskunst. This shop has dozens of beautiful southern German cuckoo clocks that crow on the hour. Here is also where you can get some German-themed Disney merch. The teddy bear shop next door is still closed, but there is a section here in Volkskunst where you can find a wide selection of stuffed animals. This shop is also the location of the EPCOT station where you can collect your Germany stamp and card. The highlight of the German pavilion is the Beer Garden restaurant. At the Beer Garden restaurant in EPCOT, Oktoberfest is celebrated all year round. As you enter the dining room, you'll be transported to a traditional Bavarian village as you feast on authentic German food. The food here is served buffet style, and there's a wide variety of delicious German cuisine to choose from. In the dining room, you'll sit at a beer garden communal table under an outdoor twilight atmosphere. And as you dine, an authentic polka band will perform at various times throughout the day. And this polka band is so fun. Dressed in their lederhosen, these talented musicians will play several different instruments like the bells, the glockenspiel, and an Alphorn, which you may recognize from the old Ricola commercials. As they perform, guests are invited to the front to dance along with the music. During the performance, you'll be encouraged to raise your steins high and toast along beer garden style. You can also grab some German delicacies to go next door at Summerfest. And this is also where you can get this really cool souvenir stein. Finally, you can watch as German bands entertain here at the gazebo. Performances range from classic polka music to German pop music. Once you pass Germany, you'll encounter the African Outpost. The African Outpost features a little village trader shop which has some fun hand-carved animal figurines. There is also a refreshment outpost here as well, where you can pick up anything from a cocktail, beer, or a hot dog. And here is where you can get the classic Disney treat, the Dole Whip. While we were there, they offered the classic Dole Whip, salted caramel ice cream, or a swirl of both, which is what we're showing here. If you have little musicians in the family, you can also stop here to play some drums and other percussion instruments. You can get your face painted here as well. The next country that we'll come across is China. Here, you'll be welcomed to the China Pavilion with a beautiful ceremonial gate as well as a replica temple modeled after the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. In China, you'll also see peaceful gardens, ponds, and bamboo groves. Make sure to pay attention to the intricate detail in the architecture here because it's just amazing. If you enter the temple, you'll get to experience Reflections of China, the House of Whispering Willows Gallery, and just inside is a meet and greet spot where you can meet Mulan dressed in her beautiful Hanfu. In the House of Whispering Willows, you can walk through a showcase featuring the wonders of the Shanghai Disney Resort. During Reflections of China is where you'll journey through ancient and modern China during the spectacular 14-minute Circle Vision 360 film. The table service restaurant in China is the Nine Dragons restaurant. At Nine Dragons, you can enjoy contemporary Chinese cuisine and a beautiful dining room containing ornate wood carvings, traditional lanterns, and exquisite glass artwork. The Lotus Blossom Cafe is a quick service restaurant where you can enjoy Chinese favorites like pot stickers, egg rolls, orange chicken, and even ginger ice cream. Next to the waterfront is a popular kiosk called Joy of Tea. Here you can choose from a wide variety of tea flavors, including some delicious boba teas. Right next to the Joy of Tea is Good Fortune Gifts, and here you can discover traditional style gifts like parasols, toys, and these very fun puppets. The main shop in China is the House of Good Fortune, located in the very back of the pavilion. This is one of the largest shops in the World Showcase and holds a wide variety of merchandise like silk clothing, teapots, jade carvings, and paper fans. You can get a Chinese robe for yourself as well as one for your pet, or get some personalized chopsticks with your name on them. In the jewelry section of the store, you'll be able to find gorgeous coral, jade, and crystal pieces. And make sure to take a photo with the giant Buddha statue here in the center of the room. You'll also find the EPCOT station nearby to get your stamp and card. After walking through the entire shop, you'll exit into an open-air market that offers books on meditation, calligraphy, and the Chinese language. Norway is our next country as we make our way around the World Showcase. The Norway Pavilion is themed as a picturesque Norwegian town square around a cobblestone courtyard with a medieval stave church located in the front of the pavilion. The highlight of the Norway Pavilion is the Frozen Ever After ride. This is where you can voyage to Arendelle aboard an ancient Nordic vessel as you take a musical tour of the wintry world of Frozen. Find a seat aboard your boat and let the lapping waters take you through a frozen willow forest.
Oh, you're going to Elsa's Ice Palace, adventure, and outgoing, and it'll be so beautiful. See you there.
Soon, you'll be rubbing shoulders with some boulders, aka Kristoff's family from the Troll Valley, before bracing for the cold. High up in the icy blue world of the North Mountain, Queen Elsa's enchanting ice palace awaits. Behold the wonder and keep an eye out for Anna, Olaf, and a few frozen friends. Another attraction in Norway is the Gods of Viking Gallery, located within the Stave Church. Here, you can delve into the myths, gods, and legends of real Vikings in this exhibit of Norwegian artifacts. While you're here, marvel at their heroic ancient deities, including Odin, ruler of Asgard, Thor, the mighty protector god, Loki, the trickster, and Freya, goddess of love. You can also meet Anna and Elsa from Frozen at the Royal Summer House, which is their royal log cabin retreat that they visit in the summertime. While you're in line, you'll get to walk through different rooms that tell the story of their lives. Once you get closer to the front of the line, you'll be whisked into a special room where Anna and Elsa are there waiting for you. You'll get the opportunity to meet with each of them individually to take photos. Once you're done, you'll exit through the Wandering Reindeer, where you'll have one last photo spot opportunity before heading outside. The table service restaurant in Norway is Princess Storybook Dining at the Akershus Royal Dining Hall. Akershus is a character dining restaurant where you get to meet 5 Disney princesses as you dine on authentic Norwegian cuisine served family style. At Akershus, you'll dine inside a medieval Norwegian castle with soaring archways, cathedral ceilings, and chandeliers. While you're here, you'll be invited to enjoy a feast honoring some of your favorite storybook princesses. The Kringla Bakery og Cafe is a small sandwich and pastry shop that specializes in kringles, which is a candied pretzel. Lefses, which is a thin flatbread rolled in cinnamon sugar butter, and their most popular treat, school bread, which is a sweet bread roll injected with vanilla pudding or custard, then covered with sweet icing and toasted coconut. The Fjording is the main shop located in the Norway Pavilion. The Frozen Ever After ride exits here, so you will find a large selection of Frozen merch, as well as Disney-themed Norway merch, troll figurines, Norwegian Viking beer steins, and Viking ears. You can also get a wide variety of Norway-themed merch and imports, from fragrances to foodstuffs to fleece. And the perfume that they sell here is one of my favorites, and I always make sure to have some at home. The EPCOT station can also be found here as well. Before you leave, make sure to grab a photo with the famous giant troll statue. The last country as you complete the loop around the World Showcase is Mexico. The centerpiece of the Mexico Pavilion is the giant Aztec pyramid modeled after the Temple of Quetzalcoatl. Before you head inside the pyramid, don't miss your chance to say hello to Donald Duck, who's dressed in his sombrero and poncho. Once you're ready to head inside the pyramid, you'll be welcomed by this amazing twilight scene. Disney chose to always keep it twilight in the Mexico Pavilion because twilight is the time for friends and family who gather in the plaza to socialize. In the very back of the pavilion is the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros, where you can take in the sights of Mexico and the antics of the 3 feathered amigos on this gentle boat ride through the Mexico Pavilion. On this ride, you'll cruise down the Rio Grande and past some of the most famous sights and cities in Mexico. There are plenty of places to shop in the Mexico Pavilion. The Plaza de los Amigos shop is located in the plaza inside the pyramid. Here you can stroll this open-air marketplace for piñatas, sombreros, ceramics, baskets, and more. The last EPCOT station can be found here as well for your stamp and card. And if you complete all 11 countries, you'll receive a special completer postcard. Also inside the pyramid is the Mexico Folk Art Gallery. The current exhibit is Remember Me, which is inspired by the movie Coco. Here you can discover the time-honored tradition of Dia de Muertos at this colorful exhibit featuring the works of prominent Mexican and Mexican-American artists. Here you can stand in front of the magical Mirror de los Muertos and see yourself as a skeleton in the land of the dead. Right next to the Grand Fiesta boat ride is the La Princesa de Cristal. This is an Arribas Brothers crystal and glassware shop where you can find beautiful jewelry or art. You can also sometimes catch a live glassblower here creating new pieces. Right next to La Princesa de Cristal is La Tienda Encantada, which is a shop that offers accessories inspired by the charm and beauty of old Mexico. You will also find clothing and household items themed from the movie Coco. Mexico has 2 table service restaurants. The first is San Angel Inn Restaurante, which is located inside the pyramid in the very back. Here, you can dine in perpetual twilight at this Mexican restaurant that is modeled after a 17th century hacienda at the base of the Mayan ruins. As you dine, you'll overlook the Grand Fiesta boat ride and enjoy the sights of a Mayan pyramid and erupting volcano in the background. Next to the San Angel Inn Restaurante is La Cava de Tequila. This is a popular Mexican tequila bar that serves over 200 tequilas, as well as cocktails, wines, and Mexican beer. They also offer a variety of tequila flights as well as margaritas. Tequila enthusiasts can also book the La Cava tasting experience for $180 per person. During this experience, you'll learn from a certified tequila ambassador about the history and sample taste of this popular Mexican spirit. Once you're back outside, you'll find Mexico's other table service restaurant, La Hacienda de San Angel, located by the waterfront. Here, you can dine on authentic Mexican cuisine and premium margaritas while enjoying lakeside views at this waterfront retreat. Just outside of the La Hacienda is where you can hear some bands perform traditional folk music. Bands that make an appearance here include the Mariachi Cobre Band and the Marimba de las Americas. Also located nearby is the final shop in Mexico, the Ring Carver's Kiosk. At this kiosk, you can watch as a Disney artisan transforms your jewelry into a personalized creation. If you're looking for just a quick bite while you're in Mexico, then head over next door to La Cantina de San Angel, which is a quick service restaurant that serves Mexican favorites while enjoying beautiful views of the World Showcase Lagoon. If it's a margarita you're after, then you'll have to grab one at the Chaza de Margarita. At this margarita hut, you can get the party started with signature on-the-rocks margaritas, frozen margaritas, or grab a light snack. If you're at EPCOT in the evening, you'll want to make sure that you catch the spectacular nighttime show called Luminous: The Symphony of Us. You'll be able to view this show from all around the World Showcase. Luminous will delight you with a dramatic show designed to bring us all together. Marvel at the dazzling pageant of fireworks, fountains, music, and lights set to an original composition. New music, along with evocative selections from the Disney songbook, will come together to remind us why we're more alike than we are different. As dusk comes along every evening, you can also delight in watching Spaceship Earth light up the night sky with a dazzling light show. This show will dance along with music as you exit the park, and it also changes seasonally and runs continuously every day from dusk until the park closes. One of the things that makes EPCOT one of the most popular parks is that there's 4 festivals that take place throughout the year. The Festival of the Arts takes place between mid-January through mid-February and is a celebration of all forms of art, including culinary, visual, and performing arts. All throughout the park, there's also a ton of fun activities like the Expression section, which is a paint-by-numbers mural that you can participate in for free. There's also walk-in photo frames based on iconic works of art, chalk art galleries with a section just for kids, charming chalk drawings hidden all throughout the park, and Animation Academy, where you can learn how to draw with a real-life Disney animator. From mid-February to May is the Flower and Garden Festival. This festival will have dozens of beautiful topiaries shaped as popular Disney characters, stunning flower gardens, and a butterfly house, and so much more. From mid-June through mid-November is the Food and Wine Festival. During this festival, you'll embark on a culinary exploration across 6 continents. During the holiday season will be the Festival of the Holidays. During this festival, you can meet Santa and gather around as lively storytellers share the holiday legends and lore from all across the world. And watch as a celebrity narrator tells the story of Christmas with the help of a 50-piece orchestra and choir during the candlelight processional. Additionally, each festival will have a complimentary festival passport with all of the event details, a fun scavenger hunt, food stroll, concerts, shows, unique festival merchandise, and a ton of delicious themed foods. If you are spending the day at EPCOT, here are a few tips and tricks to get the most out of your day. If you haven't already, you'll want to download the My Disney Experience app. The My Disney Experience app will be your best friend throughout your day, as it will not only provide you with show times and the character meet and greets, but it will also show you what the wait times are throughout the park. Also, if you're looking for free things for the kids to do, there's a very fun scavenger hunt called Disney's DuckTales World Showcase Adventure. To participate, you'll need to download the Play Disney Parks app to your phone, and then as you make your way around the World Showcase, you'll discover some exciting mysteries with Scrooge McDuck. It's a really fun way to interact with the environment in the pavilions and discover some really cool secrets. If you do want to eat at any of the Disney sit-down table service restaurants, you want to make sure to make a reservation. There are a few reservations that are difficult to get, like Space 220, which tend to go really quickly. You can make reservations up to 60 days before your visit, and the reservations start getting released at 5:45 a.m. So if you have a restaurant that you're eager to try, you want to make sure that you're online to grab these reservations as soon as they're released. If you are staying on Disney property, you are able to make your dining reservations for the entire duration of your trip at 60 days before your arrival. This definitely gives you an advantage, as you'll have access to dates prior to the general public. So you'll want to make sure to take advantage and book your entire trip's worth of dining reservations the moment your reservations open up. If you are visiting during the summer between May to September, then you'll definitely want to bring a poncho with you. Summer is our rainy season here in Florida, and you can expect there to be a downpour almost every afternoon. But don't worry, the afternoon storms only last about an hour, so don't let it slow you down while you're here. Speaking of other things you might want to bring with you, you'll also want to make sure that you bring a battery pack. With how much you'll be using your cell phone to check wait times, show times, and taking video and pictures of your family, you'll be using your cell phone a lot. And if you don't want to be attached to a wall while you wait for your phone to charge, I highly recommend you bringing your own battery pack with you. My favorite is the fuel rod. If you're not familiar with fuel rod, I love them. How it works is that you buy a fuel rod for $30 and you can exchange them at any of these machines free of charge. Just drop your dead fuel rod here and it spits out a fresh, fully charged one ready to go. And you'll see these machines everywhere. They're in each of the Disney parks, Disney resorts, Disney Springs, Universal, and SeaWorld. So it's become a vital accessory for me to keep my devices charged, especially on a long film day. If you're interested in saving a bit of money on the fuel rods, I'm going to drop an affiliate link where you can buy 2 of them on Amazon for the same price. Each purchase you make helps me create more content like this at no additional charge to you. If you are looking for Disney's Fast Passes, unfortunately, they're not available anymore, and they have been replaced with Genie Plus. Genie Plus is an extra paid service that you can add on to your day, and the price fluctuates depending on demand. If you want to shorten your wait time for at least a few rides throughout your day, it's a great service to add on. You are able to purchase Genie Plus at midnight on the day of your visit, and you're able to start making selections for your day as early as 7 a.m. I highly recommend making sure that you start making your Genie Plus selections as soon as it turns 7, because a lot of the most popular rides will book up fast, and you'll want to make sure that you get a few selections in the morning to get the most out of your day. If you are planning on taking a lot of photos, you might want to look into the Disney Photo Pass. You can get a Disney Photo Pass by purchasing a Disney Memory Maker for either the day or the duration of your trip. It's a great way to get beautiful photos of the entire family while you're here. With the Disney Photo Pass, you're able to download not only your photos, but your entire family's photos, as long as they're linked to your My Disney Experience app. It's a great way to capture a bunch of beautiful memories during the times my family have come down to visit, and there are several really fun and magic shots that you'll want to find throughout EPCOT. Also, if your family are huge snackers, you may want to consider purchasing a Disney souvenir popcorn bucket. They come in all shapes and sizes and characters and have become a great collectible item for a lot of the seasonal events. Plus, the best part is that they give you a great discount on the popcorn refills that you can find throughout the park. Whew, well, that is all the tips that I can think of. However, I know that there's a few other things out there that I completely forgot to mention. So if you have any tips that have made your day easier at EPCOT, make sure to drop your best tips in the comments below. If you found any of this information helpful, I would love it if you would hit that like button and subscribe if you would love to discover more fun things to do like this in my beautiful state of Florida. I release a new video every week, and the best way to be able to see them is by subscribing. If you would like to support us even more, you can even join our channel membership. If you would love to see what I'm up to more often, you'd want to consider following me on Instagram, where I release content almost daily on the videos that I'm currently working on. I love when you guys tag me and post during your trips and sharing all of your incredible memories that you make. So make sure to tag me on Instagram, especially if you use any of the ideas that you see in this video. They truly make my day. By the way, to help you plan your most magical day at EPCOT, I put together a free day planner for you. This gives you a checklist of everything that we talked about in this video so that you can highlight the things that you want to include in your day and which area to find them, so you can check them off as you go along to make sure you don't miss a thing while you're there. You'll find a link to my free EPCOT day planner in the video description below. If you're still here on this extremely massive video, I just want to thank you. I appreciate you making it this far, and if you're still watching at this point, make sure to let me know by dropping a little globe emoji that kind of looks like Spaceship Earth, so that way I can thank you personally. If you're planning on spending even more time in Disney World and would like to watch more videos like this, then you're in luck, because I've got an entire playlist for you that just popped up on the screen. In this playlist, I've got everything from park guides, restaurant guides, as well as a few Disney festivals you won't want to miss. Until next time, everyone, I hope you have an incredibly magical day and go out and enjoy some Florida sunshine.